Hello student, I am Anuradha Kadam and today we are going to see 7th Science 9 chapter Soil.
A vertical section to the different layer of the soil is called soil profile. So each layer differ in feel. Feel means in the texture. It is different in color, in depth, and yes, it is different in the chemical composition. These layers are referred as the horizon. So now we will see the soil horizons. So actually we usually see the top surface of the soil, not a layer below it. If we look at the sides of the recently digged pit, so we can see the inner layer of the soil too. Such a view enables us to observe the soil profile at that place. Soil profile can also be seen while digging a well or laying the foundation of the building. It can also be seen at the sides of the road, on a hill, or at the steps of the river bank. So just see the outermost horizon is generally dark in color as it is rich in humus and mineral. The humus makes the soil fertile and provides the nutrients to the growing plants. This layer is generally soft, porous and can retain more water. Okay, so now see, this is called as the top soil or a horizon, or here it is given as the O. Okay, means O to A. We can say this one is the yes, it is the top soil. This provides shelter to many living organisms such as worms, that rodent, then moles and beetles. You have seen in the soil so many small insects are there. So actually in this way the soil is providing the shelter. You can see the earthworms also there. Okay, so it is providing the shelter. Now just observe this parental rock undergoing changes. So here you are able to see how there is the big rocks are at the lower layer. Okay, and here when they starts to break down, okay, and it starts to convert into the soil. Here you are able to see the vegetations, okay, soil development you have seen here, and with means uppermost layer which is useful for the agriculture purpose. Here you are able to see the big trees there, and just see the roots. So the roots are penetrating down and down, by which what happened? They are giving strength to the plant. Okay. Now just see the soil horizon. So this is the A, B, C and the downside down the soil. So just see once again we will see the activity. Just you have to make your teams as A, B and C, and you will be finding out how fast the water passes down the soil. You will need a hollow cylinder or a pipe, and ensure that each team uses the pipe of the same diameter. Some suggestions are also obtaining such a pipe are given below. So if possible, get the small tin can and cut off its bottom. If PVC pipe, which is need to be approximate 5 centimeter, if it is available, yes, very good. So cut it into the 20 centimeter long pieces and use them. So at the place where you collect the soil, place the pipe about 2 centimeter deep in the ground and pour 200 ml of water in the pipe slowly. For measuring 200 ml of water, just you can use any empty 200 ml bottle. Note the time when you start pouring water. When all water get percolated, leaving the pipe empty, note the time again. And be careful not to let the water spill over or run down on the outside of the pipe while pouring. Just calculate the just calculate the rate of percolation by using the formula. How we can calculate the percolation? So yes, percolation rate is equal to amount of water divided by percolation time. So suppose we will discuss it with one example. For example, suppose that for a certain sample it took 20 minutes, took 20 minutes for 20 ml to percolate. So the rate of percolation is equal to 200 ml divided by 20 minutes, which is equal to 10 ml per minute. So calculate the rate of percolation in your sample and compare your findings with the others and arrange the soil samples in increasing order of the rate of percolation. Now we will see type of soil. Okay, so whenever we are considering types of soil, so these types are mainly 3 types are there: sandy soil, loamy soil and clay soil. So first we will see the sandy soil. So sandy soils are often dry, nutrient deficient and fast drying. They have the little ability to transport the water from deeper layer through the capillary transport. So tillage of the sandy soils in the spring should be kept to be minimum in order to retain the moisture in the seed bed. Meaning of tillage means what? Actually the preparation of the land, tilling as you have to see in the next class. Okay, so tilling is the preparation of the soil. So the preparation of the land for growing crop, the preparation of the land for better growing of the crop. Whenever we are tilling the soil means whenever we are losing the soil. So at that time what happened, as the sandy soil already actually it is absorbing more water, means it is drain water fast. Okay, so for this tilling of the sandy soil in the spring we have to keep it very minimum. Means no need to more till, more lose the soil. Already it is absorbing the water. Now the clay soil. Clay is the fine-grained natural rock or soil material that combines one or more clay materials with the traces of metal. So clay soil, yes, you are aware that clay soil having the very fine particles, okay, and its water holding capacity is also very more compared to this loamy soil and sandy soil. So the crops which require more water, okay, for those crops clay soil is the best for growing. So whenever we are discussing on the crop and the soil type, so those plants which require the more and more water, for those plants clay soil is the better option. So variable amounts of the water trapped in the mineral structures, depending on the content of the soil, clay can appear in various colors. So from white to full grey to brown or to deep orange red. Now the third type is the loamy soil. Loamy soil, we can say it is the combination of the sandy soil and the clayey soil. So loam is the soil composed mostly of the sand and a smaller amount of clay. So yes, the means we can say that it is the mixture. So it is not keeping more water also, and it is not draining more water. Means sandy soil is draining more water. It is not holding the water. But clay soil is not draining the water because the particles are very small. So all the particles capture the water and it becomes very rich in the water holding capacity. Now see, loam is considered ideal for gardening and agriculture uses. What is the reason? Yes, because it retains nutrients well and retain water while still allowing excess amount of water to drain out or to drain away. So just here you are able to see the pictures of the sandy soil, clayey soil as well as the loamy soil. So here in the Rajasthan you have seen the soil is a sandy one. Okay, so many particles, small particles are there. Okay, sand particles are there by which they are not able to retain the water. Now we will discuss about the soil erosion. What is soil erosion? Yes, the soil compaction, low organic matter, loss of soil structure, poor internal drainage, that salination and soil acidity problems are other serious issues. Okay. So soil erosion means what? The loss of soil we can say. Okay. So surface water runoff occurs whenever there is excess water on the slope. Okay. That can be absorbed into the soil or entrapped on the surface. Now how could we prevent this soil erosion? So we have to avoid the deforestation. Deforestation means the cutting of the tree. As the trees are going to be cut, how the soil is to be holded. Okay, because roots are holding the soil, and if plants are not there, so the uppermost layer of the soil is get vanished by the water. Okay, overgrazing means we are aware that sheepherds taking their sheep for grazing, or the animals, buffaloes, then cows, the shepherds are taking the sheep and all the small animals they are taking for grazing on the land. Because of that also what happened, overgrazing means it is the in excess amount. What happened, the grass is not there, so that layer of the soil is exposed, and again there is problem of erosion. So we have to avoid the overgrazing. Now the flood and heavy rainfall. Yes, the flood, because of the flood and because of the heavy rainfall also there is a problem of soil erosion. So plant more trees and cut less trees. So yes, in deforestation actually all trees are made what we can say, the land is made clear for different purposes, so it should be minimized. Overgrazing in a same patch of the land should be avoided. Means again and again if that shepherd is going on the same land, so it should be avoided. You just go for another region. Okay, so what happened here, that much time will be there for growing the new grass over the land. Terrace farming should be adopted in hilly areas. So yes, terrace farming we have to use in the hilly areas. Of small plants are embedded entirely in the topsoil. You have seen the small plants like herbs, shrubs and trees we have seen. So these herbs are the roots we have seen. The roots are normally the fibrous roots, and these fibrous roots are entirely embedded, means they are growing in only this top soil. The next layer has the lesser amount of humus. Okay, the next layer has the lesser amount of humus but more of minerals. Less humus but more minerals. And this layer is generally harder and more compact, which is called as the B horizon. Okay, which is the B horizon. It is rich in the minerals. So the third layer is the C horizon, which is made of the lump of the rocks with cracks and crevices. So below this layer there is a bedrock, which is the hard and difficult to dig with the spade. So in this way there are the different layers formed. You are able to see here how the downside their bedrocks are there, and when this bedrock starts to when that bedrock get cracks and it starts to divide, okay, and further they are dividing into small pieces, and their pieces rather than we can say the particles, and get converted into the soil. So in this way we have seen the different horizons of the soil. So once again, see, in the topsoil there is humus, in subsoil there is mostly the minerals and the bedrock, which is the big and very hard rocks, which is very difficult to dig. Okay, now just we have done the activity that if we have taken the soil in a glass and just we are filling the water, 2/3 part of the water of the glass, okay, in the glass if we are filling the water, and if you are stirring it, you are getting, just stir it and keep it aside for some time. After that means don't disturb it undisturbedly. If you are keeping, just we have discussed this activity, so you are getting the layers in the glass. So downside you are getting the gravel and the pebbles, then there is a thick sand, then fine sand, you are able to see the clay particles also, and then you are getting the water, but over the water there is a organic matter. Okay, so in this way the layers are get formed. If you consider the particle size of the construction, so the clay which is less than 0.002 diameter, the slit 0.002 to 0.05 diameter, sand 0.05 to 2.00 diameter, fine that pebbles they are having the 2.00 or 5.00 diameter. Medium pebbles they are having the 5 or 20 means diameter, and coarse pebbles they are having 20 to 75 diameter. Now we have to consider the properties of soil. So the three main properties of the soil. First is the absorption of soil. Second is moisture of soil. And the third is the percolation of soil. See, absorption of soil means what? Suppose you are if we do the activities, if you taken the plastic funnel and just take the filter paper, fold and place it as shown in the figure. Okay, weight 50 gram of a dry powdered soil and pour it into the funnel. So measure the certain amount of water in a measuring cylinder and pour it drop by drop on the soil. You can use the dropper for this purpose. Do not let all the water fall at one spot. Okay, by which what happen? At that place only water is get absorbed, and maybe that paper will get broken down. Now see, pour water all over the soil. Keep pouring water till it starts dripping. So just here we have done, and subtract the amount of water let in the measuring cylinder from the amount you started with. Suppose in a 100 ml that measuring cylinder you have taken, and suppose in that 100 ml you have water taken, and whatever water you used, suppose that is 40, means you just measure it and calculate how much water required by the soil to drip downside. Now see, here we can calculate it also, but we will see in detail once more afterward. Now moisture of the soil. So see, moisture of the soil, for that also it is very easy, no need to do this very simple, here we can do the simple activity. So just we have to take the boiling tube and 2 tablespoons of the soil samples in heat. We have to heat it on a flame and just observe. So what happens upon heating? So do you see the water drops, and you are able to see the water drops over upside of the test tube. And on heating, water in the soil evaporates, moves up and condenses on the cooler inner walls of the upper part of boiling tube. So in summer day or in the hot summer day, the vapors coming out of the soil reflect the sun, and the air above the soil seems to be shimmer. After heating the soil, take it out of the tube, compare it with the soil which has not been heated, and just you are able to see the difference in between these two. Now the percolation of the soil. So just for the percolation of the soil, we can just make your teams like the A, B and C, and just finding how we can you will be able to find out